In today's video we will do a detailed comparison of the Omega first Omega in space versus the Omega Speedmaster Professional Sapphire sandwich. So take a coffee and enjoy the video. After a 4 years break, Omega launched a new first Omega in space to celebrate the first Omega chronograph worn in space. Several updates to modernize it, a strong history and a twist of vintage vibes makes it the hottest Omega watch right now. I won't go through the whole history again, but the original FOIS was the CK2998 worn by NASA astronaut Walter Schirra on his Sigma 7 mission. Since 2021, we have the current iteration of the Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch Master Chronometer with coaxial caliber 3861 available, and this watch is also my personal watch since the release date. So both watches come packed with a rich history, but since the Omega Speedmaster Professional was certified by NASA as the official watch for manned space missions, I would give it the win for the history category. Both watches come in a nearly identical packaging, the big black Omega cardboard boxes. The Speedmaster Professional Sapphire retails for $8,400 here in Dubai, and the first Omega in space is available for $7,900 on bracelet, which is around $500 higher than the Speedmaster Professional with Hazellite crystal. So nearly identical pricing, but the open sapphire case back comes at a small premium compared to the first Omega in space. In the inside we find the actual watch boxes, user manual and booklets. The user manual is a generic one and the same for both watches. Also both watches come with the same booklet about the history of Omega Speedmasters and space missions. Slight difference on the packaging is probably made due to sustainability. Now everything is made of cardboard and the foam protectors got removed. The nylon watch boxes look nearly identical. The only difference is the color of stitching. For the FOIS, it has the same color as the beige Lume, and the box says Legendary Moonwatch instead of Professional. Let's open both of them. The FOIS box comes with the Omega horse logo and says the first Omega in space October 3rd, 1962, whereas the Professional box has just the red writing inside saying Professional. The rest of the boxes is identical. Both boxes come with an inner watch travel case that contains extra links, cleaning cloth and the warranty cards. The closing strap for the FOIS is made with the beige stitching again, while the Professional one has black stitching. Let's check the weight. The first Omega in space comes at 125 grams and including all links at 134 grams. The Speedmaster Professional Sapphire has a weight of 126 grams and 138 grams including all links. So nearly identical weights after resizing the bracelets, which are both sized for my 6.5 inch wrist. The case diameter of the Professional is 42 mm including the lug guards. The first Omega in space comes at 39.6 mm without lug guards but an overlapping bezel. The thickness of the Professional is around 13 mm, whereas the FOIS comes at 13.7 mm. A bit higher than all the information I can find in the internet, but once you have the watches side by side, you will see that the FOIS is noticeably thicker. The lug to lug of the Professional comes at 46.5 mm, which is good for small to medium sized wrists, and the lug to lug of the FOIS is around 1 mm at 47.6. Not too much of a difference, both watches were fine on my 6.5 inch wrist and feel similar in size. The FOIS more classic and old school, while the Professional has a smidgen more modern and sporty dimensions. The bracelet tapering is well done for both watches, but less dramatic on the FOIS. I think the 1mm slimmer bracelet was the right choice and makes the watch more harmonic. Strap options at 90mm are widely available nowadays, and you can get the Omega straps in 90mm as well. It really depends on what kind of watch you want. A sporty, modern case, then go for the professional. If you like the traditional longer straight lugs and a smaller case, the FOIS is the right choice for you. Let me show you both watches on the wrist. My wrist is 6.5 inch in circumference, and I would say it is more of a flat medium size. So I can wear watches at 39 to 41mm quite nicely. Both watches sit well on the wrist, and both feel comfortable with a bracelet that can be nicely adjusted to exactly match your wrist. You can feel that the FOIS builds up higher and looks thicker on the wrist, but has a more traditional classy appearance. The professional Moonwatch sits nicely planted and flat on the wrist with very modern dimensions, especially due to the big case diameter but short lug-to-lug span. I would give both watches a draw here. I personally prefer the professional since I have a lot smaller watches and would not wear it combined with a suit. If you are looking for a more dressy watch that goes well with suit and shirt, the FOIS will do a better job for you. Let's have a look at the Lume in comparison. Both watches have hands and indices filled with superluminova, but the FOIS comes with a beige kind of artificially aged lume. As expected, it lowers the legibility at night quite a bit and is overall less strong. Not only due to the color, but also the amount of lume is less. Both watches come with a black alloy bezel insert and feature the dot over 90. Both watches feature a sapphire crystal, but for the FOIS it is domed and inspired from the original Hasselite crystals. Also, you can't see the milky ring that you still get with the current sapphire sandwich, even though it is a lot less compared to previous versions. The dial of the Speedmaster Professional is much more legible due to the high contrast of white hands and black dial. Even though it is a modern watch, the dial still gives me vintage vibes and is not far off from the first iterations of the Speedmaster Professional. It also matches the theme of a space shuttle so well, with lots of black and white. The twisted lugs on the Professional are interesting to look at, nicely finished and make the watch appear slimmer than it really is. The lugs on the FOIS are completely straight with a flat side profile. The dial of the first Omega in space is less busy overall, has a nice sunburst dark blue-grey tone, and the beige lume indices are matching the color very well. Overall it is a lot less legible, and especially minute and seconds hand can be hard to read. The vintage Omega font and logo is a nice touch. Both watches could benefit from a better anti-reflective coating. So what is my verdict? I think anyone who is getting into the Speedmaster will benefit more from the Speedmaster Professional with a more robust sporty watch, the more significant history and overall better legibility. If you already have a Speedmaster Professional and want a more dressy vintage inspired watch, the first Omega in space is a nice add-on to your collection. The small difference can also be seen in my watch score, where the Speedmaster Professional Sapphire Sandwich scored better in dimensions, overall usage and history. With a slight advantage, it was an immediate buy for me, whereas the first Omega in space only made my list. And with that, we are at the end of the video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.